welcome back to Northernmost Mustard, and today you join me in front of my 240 litre African cichlid tank. Most of these guys are from Lake Malawi or Lake Tanganyika, but there are a few bits and bobs in there like a Baisha for example. And look, as you can see, they're all doing really well. Really all looking really healthy, nicely coloured up. No issues to report at all. As you can see, everyone's looking really healthy, really bright colours. Nice and plump, all moving round, nice and active. That guy's tail's coming up really nice in the light. Anyway, so the main reason for making this video, focus. Are you gonna focus? There you go. So, the main reason for making this video actually is I nearly lost all these fish very recently. Now, if you live in the UK, you will know quite recently there was something called the Beast from the East, which actually was a cold weather snap which came over from Russia. I think it's actually affected most of Europe as well. And I don't know if it affected America. I don't think it affected America, but essentially the weather went really cold and the temperature went down to sort of -5 across the country and Europe. And obviously this has a massive effect on fish tanks, for example. So my house is heated in such a way that the heater will come on in the morning when everyone's getting up for work, and will come on later on now when everyone's home. In the day, when everyone's at work, it's not being heated particularly. Obviously, the heater's working overtime then when no one's here, because obviously the temperature in the house drops, which means the heater has to work hard to keep the temperature in the tank exactly the same, which is about 26, 27-ish. In there, I can't remember exactly what I got it set to, but whatever it's meant to be set to, it's set to. Now, I was working from home on one of these days just because I physically couldn't get into work because of the actual weather. And I noticed when looking at the fish tank, you'll know if you keep fish when something isn't right. So you might see the fish aren't moving as much, they might be just very slow, sluggish. As you can see, they're chasing each other around, they're doing what African cichlids should do here. But they just weren't acting right, and I was thinking something just doesn't look right. And I looked over at the thermometer, which is something I do without actually thinking about it. I always look at it, but obviously I just don't register. If it's reading the right temperature, I obviously don't think what I'm doing. And it was reading something like 18, 17 degrees, which is 10 degrees lower than what it should be. And that sort of temperature will easily kill these fish. And somehow there was none floating belly up on the surface of the tank, but it could have easily happened. So this was the culprit, which is let's just have a look here. Which is let's see if it will focus. Go on. So that is the culprit there. OACE, living water, heat up, 250. So I've had this for about a year now, and I don't think it's a particularly good make, to be honest. I've never heard of it, but it just came with a tank. So I got this tank on offer, which, to be fair, I got it at a bit of a knockdown price. It's a Fluval, as you can see down there. But it didn't come with, for example, a Fluval. If they do heaters, it didn't come with one of them. So this had broken. The little, as you can see in there, the little orange light wasn't lighting up when it says it's working. So yeah, it wasn't working, and it must not have been working at least all night, which obviously there's nothing I can do about. I can't check the temperature constantly, but it had dropped significantly, and I cannot believe I didn't lose a single fish. They really are temperamental fish. So luckily, because I was working from home that day, I managed to run out and grab myself. Where are you? There we go. So that's what the setup looks like under there. You can see drill tank. Anyway, that's that. So I went out and bought myself a Delta Firm Intrapet, 300 watts, a lot better. Seems to be working a lot better already. There's less fluctuation in the temperature as well, which is a lot better, because on some of the cheap ones you do notice a bit more of fluctuation in temperature, but not with this one. And I'm so glad I've noticed. If anything, it just says do the simple things right. Just check the temperature. It takes no time at all. Just check your little thermometer in the corner. Don't you can see it there? Yeah, it's all right. Just check it every now and then, because it's so easy to forget that these things go wrong, and even better, keep a spare one in the house, whether it be a spare filter or just even doesn't even have to be a big canister filter spare, it can just be a little tiny filter. At least if the filter was to go wrong, you can still drop one in there. It's still filtering something while you've got a chance to go and get a new one or repair the old one. But that's something I've learned. So I now have a spare one of these just in case the heater does go out again, which hopefully, you know, with the cold weather pretty much over now, it probably won't, but it's always good to have one of them. Same always to have if you've got a spare wave maker. Anything spare really is always good to have with these tanks. So that's it really. Disaster averted on this occasion, but it did drop 10 degrees, which if you keep fish, you'll know that's an insane amount to drop. And to actually keep and not lose a single fish, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. Because if I'd lost one of these, I know they're only fish, but some of these guys are really expensive. And you know, I've had them for quite a long time now, and I put a lot of time and effort into this tank, so I'm so glad I didn't lose any. But that just goes to show I'm not exactly an experienced keeper. I've only been keeping fish now for about 2 years, but how easy it is just to not check the temperature in the tank and lose fish just because something like a £20 heater or, you know, $30 heater's broken. So yeah, lesson learned for me. But other than that, nothing too much to discuss. I am moving house soon, so I'm going to have to move these guys. I'm probably going to put them in that spare tank from my other video while I'm moving them over. And that's it really. I'm thinking maybe saltwater I'm going to get into when I get into my new house. But that's it. So please like, comment, subscribe. Get in the comments below, let me know what you think. Have you experienced a heater going on you before and you've had to run out and grab a new one? Or have you experienced a filter or anything like that going? Get in the comments below. So yeah, I'll leave you with that and I will see you for the next video soon. Bye.